All right, we're here with Rubina Motta to talk about ballroom dance.
Hi.
So, how long have you been involved in ballroom and how did you begin?
Oh gosh, let's see. I think I started in ballroom around 2013, 2014 or so. And I guess I've always wanted to do it and just never really had the opportunity for years and years. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always just loved the look of it and I've always wanted to do it. And then I remember I felt I was ready to start taking lessons, and then Dancing with the Stars came out, and I said, "All right, I'm not going to be one of those people." And so I stalled, and then some more time went by, and I actually just happened to be working with a client, and the husband had come in and said, "Hey, I'm doing a showcase at my dance studio in a couple of weeks. Do you want to come and watch?" I said, "Absolutely, I would love that." So I went and I watched his performance. I thought it was fantastic, um, and he was just having so much fun, and it was phenomenal to watch. And then they offered me a free lesson at the studio because I had attended the party and then saw the performance, and then I was hooked after that. So
That's great.
yeah.
Do you remember what dance you did for your first lesson?
The rumba, and it was tragic. If you look back, no, it was great because I think rumba is the easiest dance. It's the simplest dance. It is slower. It's really the one that helps you focus on learning some of the basics for technique, and so it's really one of the easiest ones to learn and start because the others sort of build upon the rumba after that.
So, at the end of that lesson, you wanted to do more. You weren't tempted to quit or anything like that.
No, I definitely wanted more because I wanted to learn how to dance. I really just wanted to be. I'm hesitating on saying good because I just wanted to be respectable. I wanted to be able to dance well enough to feel confident because I'm the wallflower. I've always been like, I just want to blend into the background and not be seen. And so, um, if I was going to dance in such a way that other people might have to actually watch me dance, then I needed to feel confident that I was good enough to not embarrass myself, basically. And so I just wanted to get better at it.
Right. How long did it take you to reach that level of confidence where you weren't going to embarrass yourself?
Oh God, am I there yet? I don't know. No, actually, it's done wonders for me because it's almost like exposure therapy, right? So I just had to start doing my very first showcase. I'll never forget. I was asked, I was told, like, I think maybe you might want to think about doing a showcase. And I really just sort of said, what? And I just recoiled like this. I was like, what? And my instructor says, look at your body language right now. And I said, well, give me another minute. I'm going to be in the corner rocking myself, in the fetal position. But here's what happened is I did it because I don't like to let fear stop me from doing things. So I just said I'm going to do this because I'm afraid to do it. I'm just going to do it and get past that. And that's when I was convinced that I have to keep doing this because what I discovered was everyone was so welcoming. Everyone was so wonderful and supportive and cheering on. And I knew I was terrible, especially that first one. I go look back at the video and I'm like, oh, stomp, 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 stomp. But everyone was like, you did great, congratulations, that was awesome. It was such a supportive, wonderful environment. And I just love that. I found my people. I just love
That's
that.
so nice.
Yeah.
What about social dance? Were you doing social dance in those days?
No, I wasn't actually. And everyone does dance for different reasons, right? So there are people who just want to dance, they just want to go to a party and have fun and dance. And then there are people who really want to learn how to dance, they want to learn the technique. There are people that are really serious and they want to compete and do other things. And I never really, I had done that first party and that was a lot of fun. But once I started taking lessons, I didn't really want to go to the parties at first until I felt, again, it comes back to confidence. I wanted to feel confident enough that I do some of the basic dances to go just be able to have fun. Because that first party, even though I had a blast, I had no idea what I was doing. And again, everyone was so gracious, and they teach you the steps, and it still had a great time. But I wanted to be able to go out there and say, yes, I know how to do the cha-cha, and I know how to do, East Coast swing, and be able to at least know enough to just really enjoy it at the next level instead of just sort of fumbling a little bit out there. But I had a blast regardless.
That's great.
So,
what about competing? When did you first try a competition?
Oh, I think I might have been at least a year in, at least, because again, I was asked like, do you want to try and compete? And at first, I wanted no part of it. Like this is not my thing. I'm not doing it to compete. I'm not doing this. I'm doing it just for me. And I changed my mind. I'll tell you why. Because I was talking to my son, and I found myself being a hypocrite about it. My son races at the time was racing mountain bikes. That's a lie, dirt bikes. And what was happening is he was getting very frustrated with himself, and he was off. And what we kept saying to him as parents was, you just need more seat time. If you keep going to the races and racing more and getting more seat time, becoming more confident and becoming just getting better at it every time. And it occurred to me that I was resisting that seat time. I was resisting the same thing I was advising my own son to do, like go out there and compete. And so for me, what I realized is the competition helped me with goal setting, because I'm one of those students where I really did want to improve. I really did want to get better. And so the comp for me was a way to like set a goal. Like I want to really sort of master this little bit by this next competition. So that's why I do it.
That's great. Yeah. Do you remember what your first competition was?
Yankee, maybe. I think maybe it was a Yankee. It was local because competitions are all over, and some people again who are really more engaged and more into the competition, they'll tend to travel a little further for various comps. But in the beginning, again, I'm going to stay local. So this was just a local Boston area competition.
And you survived, apparently.
I did. I did. It was quite an experience because again, I'm the wallflower, right? So it was trying to get into the mindset of, okay, well now you have to put on essentially a costume.
Yes.
Right. And so and doing the hair and the makeup and fitting the part. And it felt very uncomfortable for me in the beginning, but again, exposure therapy. So I just sort of I rolled with it, and now it's at a point where I just feel comfortable doing it. I accept the fact that it's a costume. You get to play dress up for a little bit and go out and have fun. And when you're not done up or dressed up for comp, then you actually do look out of place, which is not what I want. I want to blend. So we just sort of blend in. So yeah, but it was a lot of fun. Again, and everyone was so welcoming and so nice, and I loved it.
So what place does ballroom have in your life now, do you think?
Wow, it's become very dominant for me. This is now my primary hobby / activity. I've really sort of latched onto it.
Social life.
Yes, actually. In fact, I was just talking to someone else saying how this has really become, I found my people, right? And it's just been, I've made so many amazing friends. And again, going back to the beginning, when I first started doing the competitions, again, just to get experience, it was very minimal interaction. I would just sort of show up, I would do the comp, and I would leave and go home. And then in more recent years, I've decided, well, no, I'm going to go to, say, comp in Connecticut, for example, and I'm going to stay overnight. And all of a sudden, that first time that I did that, then I had the full experience. Now I'm not just going and leaving. Now I'm part of the community. Now I'm making friends. We're going out to dinner. We're hanging out. We're talking about dance and other things. It's really a whole community of dance, which I had been missing out on for years until I really just sort of latched onto it. And so
that's fabulous.
So,
all right. Thank you so much,
Thank
Rubina.
you. Appreciate it, Lauren. Thanks.